Hey everyone, if these heartbreaking stories of hidden truths and shattering revenge are gripping your soul, please smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's keep the emotional roller coaster going. Here's tonight's story. She said she was just stepping out tonight, adjusting her earrings in the hallway mirror of our apartment in Lisbon's Barro Alto. The October rain pattered against the tall windows, turning the narrow cobblestone street below into a slick, reflective ribbon under the amber street lamps. Anna looked stunning, black dress hugging her curves, hair swept up, the faint scent of her orange blossom perfume lingering like a promise. "Just drinks with the girls from the agency," she said, kissing my cheek lightly. "Don't wait up, Miguel. You have that early site visit in Belém tomorrow." I smiled the way I'd smiled for the last 18 months. "Have fun, amor. Say hi to Sofia and Clara for me." The door clicked shut behind her. I stood there for a long moment, listening to her heels echo down the tiled stairs, fading into the hum of fado drifting from a nearby tavern. Then I walked to the bedroom, opened the wardrobe, and took out the small velvet box I'd hidden behind my winter coats. Inside was not a ring, it was a USB drive. Anna and I had been married 9 years. We met when she was a junior copywriter, and I was restoring the old tram depot in Alcantara, turning rust and decay into something beautiful again. She loved that about me, how I could see potential in broken things. We bought this apartment together, filled it with plants on the balcony overlooking the Tagus, hosted summer dinners where friends spilled onto the street, laughing over grilled sardines and cold vinho verde. Everyone said we were perfect. Everyone was wrong. It started with small lies, late nights at the office, weekends with her mother in Setúbal. Then the phone she guarded like state secrets. I'm not proud of how I found out. I checked her iPad while she showered one Sunday morning, the one she thought was logged out. Messages to Pedro C., heart emojis, photos, plans for a hotel in Cascais the night she told me she was at a team-building retreat. Pedro Carvalho, my cousin. Blood doesn't just run thick in Portuguese families. It binds, strangles, defines you. Pedro was the successful one, corporate lawyer in a glass tower on Avenida da Liberdade, heir to the family's construction firm after my father decided I was too dreamy for business and handed the reins to his nephew instead, the same firm I now worked for as a senior architect, taking orders from the man who had everything handed to him while I scraped my way up. My father's voice still echoed from childhood Christmases in our old house in Sintra, mist curling around the chimneys. "Pedro has ambition, Miguel. You have ideas." He died 5 years ago, but the will was clear. Pedro got control. I got a token share and a pat on the head. Anna knew the history. She listened to my stories, stroked my hair, told me blood wasn't everything. Then she climbed into bed with the man who had stolen my birthright. I didn't confront her, not then. Instead, I began collecting every message screenshot, every hotel receipt forwarded from her email, every late-night call I recorded using an app on her phone when she was asleep. I hired a private investigator, discreet, expensive, worth it. Photos of them in Pedro's car outside her mother's building. Dinners at expensive restaurants in Chiado where he paid with the company card. My company card, technically. The worst discovery came 3 months ago. Anna was pregnant, 8 weeks. She hadn't told me yet, but the clinic confirmation was in her deleted emails. The dates lined up perfectly with a work trip to Madrid she and Pedro both attended. I sat on the balcony that night, rain soft on my face, and felt something inside me calcify. This wasn't just betrayal. This was annihilation of my marriage, my future, the child I thought would heal, the wounds my father left. But Portuguese revenge is patient, like aging wine in the Douro cellars, like waiting for the perfect wave in Ericeira. Tonight was the night. I dressed carefully, dark jeans, black shirt, the leather jacket Ana bought me in Porto. I took a taxi to Pedro's building in Príncipe Real, one of those renovated palacettes with bougainvillea spilling over the walls. The rain had stopped. The air smelled clean, almost hopeful. She arrived at 10:47 p.m. I watched from the cafe across the street as Pedro opened the door, pulled her inside, kissed her like a starving man. I waited another hour, sipping a cold bica, letting the anger settle into something surgical. Then I walked to the door, rang the bell. Pedro opened it, shirt unbuttoned, glass of whiskey in hand. His smile froze when he saw me. "Miguel, what the hell?" I stepped inside without waiting for invitation. Ana was on the sofa, shoes off, legs tucked under her, lipstick smudged. Her eyes went wide. "Miguel, what are you doing here?" I closed the door softly behind me. "I came to tell you both something," I said, voice calm, almost conversational. "Something I've been carrying for months." Pedro found his voice. "Get out. This is private property." "No," I interrupted. "This is family business." I pulled out the USB drive and placed it on the marble coffee table between them. "Everything is on here," I continued. "Every message, every photo, every invoice Pedro expensed to the company for your little getaways, including the clinic visit, Ana. Congratulations, by the way." Ana's hand flew to her stomach instinctively. Tears welled instantly. "Miguel, please." "Please what? Understand? Forgive. Pretend our child is mine when we both know I had the vasectomy after Tomas died. Remember? We decided one was enough, but you needed more, didn't you? Needed the man who took everything else." Pedro moved toward me. "You don't know what you're talking about." I turned to him, finally letting the rage show. "I know exactly. I've known since the night you both laughed about me in that voice note. Poor Miguel, always fixing things that are already broken. Remember that, Ana?" She was sobbing now. Pedro's face had gone gray. "There are copies," I said. "Sent to the board, to Aunt Clara, to your wife, Pedro. Oh wait, she left you last year, didn't she? Something about never trusting you again. And to the tax authorities. Creative accounting looks bad when it's paying for hotel rooms and pregnancy tests." Pedro lunged. I was ready. Months of boxing in a gym in Moraria had prepared me. One punch to the solar plexus folded him. He gasped on the floor. Ana screamed. I crouched beside her, voice soft now. "You said you were stepping out tonight. Well, I'm stepping out too, for good." I stood. "The locks on the apartment are changed. Your things are in storage. The company lawyers will contact you both about the embezzlement charges. And Ana, the child, if it's his, he can pay for it. If you ever want to know your son Thomas again, you'll sign the custody papers my lawyer sends tomorrow." I walked to the door. At the threshold, I turned back. They were frozen, her on the sofa, him struggling to breathe on the rug. "One more thing," I said quietly. "Papa always said I had too many ideas and not enough ambition. Turns out he was wrong. I just needed the right motivation." I stepped into the cool night air. The street was empty, washed clean by the rain. Somewhere a Fado singer mourned lost love. I lit a cigarette, first one in 10 years. and walked down toward the river. Behind me, I heard Ana scream my name, raw and broken. Then Pedro shouting, then nothing but the city's heartbeat. I didn't look back. Months later, the company is mine. The board, horrified by the scandal, voted Pedro out unanimously. He's in court facing charges. Ana lives with her mother in Setúbal, alone, the pregnancy advancing without celebration. She calls sometimes, leaves voicemails I delete unheard. I restored the old tram depot into a community center. On weekends, Tomas and I take the 28 tram all the way to the end, just to watch the city unfold. He asks about Mama sometimes. I tell him she's far away, making her own choices. Some nights I sit on the balcony with a glass of red from my uncle's vineyard in Alentejo, watching the lights shimmer on the Tagus. The pain is still there, a bruise that never quite fades, but so is the strength. She stepped out that night thinking she was free. What I said at the door destroyed everything she thought she had, and built something new for me.